We are recording.
I know. I've been recording for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here we are.
So welcome
again.
back.
Welcome back for the 2-week ad break that we had.
Today we will be talking about
Spider-Man first,
and then
Homecoming. Just in case you were confused.
Should we also talk? We also have like a companion film. I don't know if that's what we should call it.
It's that I threw
into
something
the mix.
that everybody's raving about on Netflix.
Yeah, Okja.
The new Netflix feature film that's streaming now.
So
interestingly enough, we didn't see either of these films at the same time this week.
No.
So we haven't really spoken about them.
No, so we have no idea how we eat. Well, we had a bit of a mini discussion before we started recording, but
not too much.
Not enough depth for it to be for us to consolidate any solid ideas of what we think of these films.
No, yeah.
So I actually think we should start with Okja.
Yeah. Okay.
And then for maybe the next 10-15 minutes, and then move on to Spider-Man, which is going to be the bulk of our podcast, because it is the shining star of this current film box office. I don't know what to call it.
It's making a lot of money.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so Okja. Is it Okja or Okja?
Who cares? It's a big, giant hippopotamus pig.
Yeah, it's a pig. A big, super pig.
And my summary of this film is I don't care.
The film?
It's actually really disappointing because I didn't know anything about it, and then I saw a trailer for it and people were raving about it, and then I saw the director I can't remember his name. He's a South Korean director.
Yeah, very popular.
And he's made like 3 other feature films, and I like all of them. And I was like, okay. And I watched it, and I thought it was just kind of crap.
The issue... so the film, like, for those who've been living under a rock, the film itself talks about, like, animal ethics, the treatment of the meat production kind of industry and all that stuff. So pretty much it's like a world where food is dwindling down. There's not much...
Well, I think it's just supposed to be like...
World hunger.
It's world hunger.
Yeah.
There's a world hunger problem, and Tilda Swinton, who's the heiress of a huge fortune and massive company, her father was apparently a massive asshole. Her sister wasn't much better, and she's got the company now, and she's trying to give it a better image. So she's like, we're going to cure world hunger with these super pigs that we found.
So she distributes them to all these, I think, 26 different farmers across the world. Different, with different agriculture.
It's obviously like this big PR stunt.
Yeah.
Whoever makes the biggest one will get a reward and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and I assume like whoever makes the biggest pigs will be bred in a certain way.
Yeah.
Due to
that. They find out the most efficient way is to do it.
So it takes 10 years for you to breed these pigs, and then they take them back, and Jake Gyllenhaal is like...
Yeah, he's like a really shit Steve Irwin, American Steve Irwin character who's apparently got a wildlife TV show where he loves animals and he goes around.
Yeah, but he really hates animals in real life. And
he loves them.
He doesn't hate them, but
in the film it's like he loves them, and his whole thing is like he hates himself because of what he's doing. It's like he's sold out.
I guess
that's why he's such an alcoholic fuck up.
Fair enough. So the film talks about this one super pig in South Korea called Okja. I'm just going to call her Okja.
I think that's how the little girl said it.
Yeah.
I think.
It's like a J-to-ya, like
OKJA.
Yeah, Okja. And so, like, she's become really close friends with this super pig.
Little girl.
Mija
or something.
Mija. She pretty much thinks that her grandpa's going to purchase the super pig from the corporates.
Thinks he already has.
Or it already has. And turns out it hasn't. Her grandpa's bought her a golden pig as a replacement while they take Okja away.
We should take a bit of a backpedal because the whole thing about Tilda Swinton's character... Tilda Swinton's character...
No, it's still going.
Yeah, it's still going. No, the whole thing about Tilda Swinton's character, right, is that she's got, she's supposed to be the nicer...
Still going.
Somebody's still hooning around. Anyway, she's supposed to be the good sister or whatever.
And then her sister Nancy... they're both played by Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, they're both played. But the whole thing is like that was a problem for me.
Yeah.
the moment the film started, and she's the first person you see pretty much. Like she's on screen, she comes up and she's got this like press conference going. She's like, oh, "This is what we're doing," and I was just like, "Ah, so the little girl gets attached to the pig, and then they take it away, and then she goes looking for it."
Yeah,
and then she's going to find it, and she's going to try and bring it home, and she's going to get into an adventure along the way. And I thought, well, I don't need to watch it now.
Look, I think I understand, where the film's coming from, because I had people watch it, and the whole point of the film is to push this message of, I know, don't eat meat.
But if you don't give a shit,
it's hard to,
me, then it's hard to care.
Yeah. For me...
Also, but I felt like there's a lot of characters in this film, and none of them feel particularly strong to me. I think it's like this like South Korean view of what Americans are like.
Crazy.
No, but it's like it was really over the top, and it felt dramatic. Everybody's over the top except for the little girl and probably her grandfather.
Everyone's got this really dramatic,
overly dramatic. Everybody's over the top.
Tilda Swinton's like always white, bright pink.
She's got oversized teeth. They're obviously not hers. Really,
oversized teeth. She's always like moving, really animated.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe
and
it.
And then Jake Gyllenhaal looks just insane the whole movie. Like
he's always like
overacting and hamming it up really badly, and then. I don't know whether I would say it's a bad performance because it's like in line with the rest of the film. It's not like he doesn't match, but it's just the whole movie was weird. And
the tone of it made the tone of it quite weird.
But basically what happens is like little girls attached to the pig. They come around. It's like supposed to be in like 10 years. They're going to find out which one was the biggest one. Jake Gyllenhaal and the people come across. By the way, I don't know whether you noticed this. You know the smaller woman who's with them, who's in the company. Yes, Moaning Myrtle. That was what I was going to say. Because I was sitting there watching going, I know that person.
Yeah, I know her in plenty of films. The one I know, the one that she's best known for is Moaning Myrtle. Mm-hmm. But she's like really old. She doesn't look that old, but she's actually...
No, she doesn't. It's because she's so small.
Yeah, she's very tiny.
She sounds funny.
And her voice is very high-pitched.
There was actually one whole scene which I think summarised how weird the tone was for me. And that was when Tilda Swinton's having a board meeting with her board. And they were just sitting on the one couch. Then, what's his name from Breaking Bad is sitting off on the other couch, and he like gets up to make a coffee.
Oh yeah.
And the whole scene just stops for him to do it. And I was going, "What's happening?"
Oh yeah, Gus from Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. Yeah.
The thing is, like, I was texting Ren after I watched this film, and I said, "This film is the highest highs and the lowest lows for me." And I don't think you understood at that point, but like, if I just can elaborate, it's like got a great cast from what I can see. Got like the cinematography is so nice.
It's a nice looking movie.
Exactly, like the scene at the start where they're in the forest and Okja and the main girl, the young girl, is walking through. It's so beautiful. So and then there are scenes like. I wouldn't call them traumatic scenes, but they are very, very intense scenes. One where Okja is actually getting assaulted by a bigger male.
Yeah, but that felt so odd.
It made me uncomfortable. It made me the scene that followed made me even more uncomfortable, which is when Jake Gyllenhaal like stabs her and gets like the sausage or
like a sample.
A sample
a meat sample.
That part disturbed me. But everything like that was the highest highs in my head. Like it was good character, like not good characters, good cast, like great cinematography, and it had some scenes that really stood out to me. But then at the same time, the first 45 minutes of the film, I was like, I don't care.
No, but this is the problem as well, because it's like the first half an hour at least is her bonding with the, like, you see her relationship with the giant super pig, Okja.
Yeah, Okja.
And it's really kind of childish.
Yeah.
And it's like a scene that you would expect in a kid's movie.
Yeah.
But like Tilda Swinton's already like said fuck already, so you know it's not a kid's movie. And then you see like this really kiddie sort of thing. Yeah. And then Jake Gyllenhaal comes up and he's just swearing at him and everything, and he just comes in and he's like, "Oh, it's fucking whatever."
The tonality of the film when she's with Okja, or the Mija is with Okja, is kind of like one of those. Those animation films where it's like the girl and the animal, or like Jungle Book or something, and it's like it's kind of cute and they're friendly and stuff, and then at the same time, obviously, there's going to be some drama and all that. That's what I felt too. It felt really out of place, like, and you go from watching this film where you're like, oh, this is a kid's film, like this is stupid, to okay, there's this really intense scene and there's animal activists and everything, everyone's shooting and everyone's crying, and then back to kind of like, oh, okay,
it went so all over the
It
place.
went from like Home Alone to like
and it goes
Born
it
Identity.
goes like really crazy over the top in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. Like so Okja gets taken, and the little girl's like absolutely intent on finding her again. So she goes to
I just give
Seoul.
up. I'm sorry. I'll just give. I understand you've had this pig for
Yeah,
like
I
10
know.
years,
Oh,
but dude, the world is dying. Okay, don't be so
Yeah.
fucking selfish.
That's the whole thing as well. I was like, this is about saving like people from hunger, right?
Yeah.
I was like, so
You
kill
save
her.
people from hunger.
I was like, so
I think
eat her, whatever.
the end scene itself as well, I think, was important, but I think that's the thing. I don't know what the director's vision was for this film because
It's I'll say in contrast to like the other films he's made, this is weird to me.
I think
His other films are so much more interesting, but I suppose they're Korean films as well,
Yeah.
except for Snowpiercer.
But I think, like, I feel like the director himself did not know what he wanted to do with it because he kind of, the way he depicted, like, there were some animal activists that comes in during the middle.
ALF or something.
The ALF. The way he depicted them looked kind of satirical, like how they would eat, like, asparagus and he wouldn't eat the tomato.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch, and so she manages to get onto the way she gets onto the truck was ridiculous enough because so there's a whole scene where Okja gets loaded into a truck to be taken from Seoul to New York. She gets loaded into the truck, and the little girl literally on foot chases the truck and catches up with it, then jumps onto the top of the truck like a secret agent in a movie, and is like hanging onto the back of it, and it hits other things, and she's swinging around, and then the animal activists just pull up next to it, and then because they won't like use violence, they're just kind of just waving at the driver, and they just like want him to pull over, and then they just kind of knock into him a bit, and then he stops, and the driver is this like young guy who's got absolutely no interest in holding down a job or something like that, and he's very apathetic towards his position, so he's like, I don't give a shit if they fire me, whatever, I'll just pull over and they can have it. And then they take Okja and the little girl and they put her in their truck and they're going off. And then it's like, you get introduced to all these other characters, and like you got Paul Dano and you've got Glenn from The Walking Dead.
Oh, I was going to say, you've got the guy from Little Miss Sunshine, the brother, who's the main guy.
Paul Dano,
Yeah. That's the only thing I remember him from, really.
Yeah, he's a really good actor.
Yeah, he is. He's been in some really good films.
There Will Be Blood he's amazing in. But, he's... I don't know, it doesn't feel like any of them have enough to do in the movie.
We have Lily Collins, was that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, like... To me, it just felt satirical because at one point there's a scene of them watching, like, you know, Okja and all the camera and stuff, and then they're eating, like, asparagus, and I'm like, that's so stupid.
Yeah, there's one character who won't eat food because any production is horrible.
So don't you think,
and like the Aussie guy at the back who's in a couple of films as well, Snowtown, where he plays a disgusting serial killer, and it's really disturbing. He's like shoving a tomato in his face. He's like, "Come on, just eat it." And he's like, "No, I can't. I'm really weak." Blah blah blah. And you go, "Okay, kill yourself."
Yeah, like, see, but don't you think that's like really satirical? Like,
it seems like it should be.
Yeah, right.
But I can't tell.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
because they seem like they're supposed to be the good guys.
I don't know, but the thing is, I do believe them as the good guys. But at the same time, I'm like, are you poking fun at the fact that certain people are like that?
Stupid? Yeah.
Are that ignorant?
Are that naive? Yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if you think about it, Mija, whatever her name is, she still eats meat. You see her eating meat.
Yeah, for her, it's not a moral issue.
It's just this is her friend. She's
wants
selfish.
her family member back, pretty much.
Like, it's not for her. It's not the whole. Well, obviously, there's a scene where she's walking through the abattoir and she's seeing all the dead animals. And then, like, me and Ren were saying, like, we're watching this and we're like, well, that's how animals get killed. It's not a pretty job.
Yeah, it's
the
not
abattoir
a nice
is
thing.
Never ever a nice thing. It's never a nice thing to kill another animal.
It happens.
It has to happen. Yeah.
It's like, where do you think you get your steak?
Exactly.
I never eat a steak and go, oh, it's regrettable that a cow had to... I'm like, so what?
That's a fucking good steak.
It's a nice steak.
Yeah, so, like, I'm just kind of confused on what the director wanted from this film, like, because everyone's saying, oh...
I don't think I'm the audience for this film, really, at all.
No.
Like, I'm...
It just, for me, it instilled the same values that I always had, which is I should buy, like, ethically produced food.
It seemed like... so there's the whole GMO thing as well.
Yeah.
Genetically, because it's like, they didn't find this super pig somewhere. They made it themselves after many weird experiments.
Yeah.
But all I can think of in the later half of the movie, when there's just like a parade going on and everything like that, because they're releasing the jerky, which is like the big product.
Oh, yeah.
And you said it as well before we started. It was just like, I want to try some of that.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Everybody's going how nice it is. I'm like, I want to try. You know what I was thinking was going to happen, and it was going to be way more interesting if it did. But Tilda Swinton's evil sister comes into it later on.
Yeah.
To retake the company because the sisters fucked everything up. Because, the publicity stunt they do goes wrong because the LF completely hijacks it.
Yeah, and then you show the footage of, like, Okja getting, like, raped and all that stuff.
Pretty much. And that was, that seems like a very South Korean thing to do, but to put in your movie. But it, when she comes back, I was fully expecting her to reveal to Gus from Breaking Bad that she'd hired the ALF to do all of that just to discredit her sister. Oh, and I was thinking, that's going to be way more interesting. Yeah, and then it didn't happen. So I went, oh, okay.
Your hopes are too high for this, right?
Oh, and I was thinking too much.
Yeah, you were thinking of how it would be a good film.
No, but it's really disappointing because, I don't know, have you seen Snowpiercer?
No, I haven't.
So that was his last film before this. And that's about, it's got a political message as well. Which is that the whole thing is like this last train left on Earth that's going around and around the planet constantly, like on an endless loop. And there's like the super poor that live at the back, and they live on like some shit that they're given, and it's like horrible. And the further you get closer to the front, the nicer it gets, the richer it is. There's like schools on the train, there's all this sort of stuff. And that film, it's like these guys at the back try and push forward to the front.
Yeah.
And the stakes keep changing, and the rules keep changing all the way up, because there's like things that they find out about how they were living all the way up.
Yeah.
And it's also like whether they're doing the right thing, because they're basically like killing their way to the front, and it's all this other and it's a lot of things going on. And this didn't feel like it was that interesting.
Like I said, I don't know the push, like, because obviously, like you said, watching that Snowpiercer, it had a very strong political message. Yeah. This one, I expected it, obviously. Look, I'm not vegan. I'm never, ever, ever going to be vegan. I'm sorry to all the vegans out there, and I'm sorry if you feel like... I'm sorry, if you feel like your message is that strong, but I'm never going to ever be vegan. Like, I'm really sorry. But the thing is, like, if you're going to make a film about not eating animals or, like, the welfare of animals and meat production and all that stuff, fine, make a film about that. But this film felt like, part of it was like, to me, this is just a film, it could be about a girl and a dog, for all I know. It could have been like that. It could have been Marley and Me, all that stuff. And then at the same time, it wanted this tone of, oh, well, ethic, like, you shouldn't kill animals, all animals are your friends and all that. And I'm like, I don't know what this director was trying to tell me. And, it
felt obvious. The whole movie's like obvious to me. Like, I was
it felt really confused. It felt like there was no real like direction.
I mean, like,
it was like
the message is obvious to me. Like the general thing of like, oh, it's horrible, isn't it? What we do. I'm like, yeah, okay.
No, I didn't even get that message. I felt confused. I just felt... Because, like I said, I mean, if it wanted to be horrible, then you should have... Like, what I felt horrible was, like, them abusing this animal. That felt horrible. But then the part where, like, they've manufactured these super pigs, they started... Obviously there's that scene where they're walking through and there's all these pigs that are, like, diseased and gross and all that.
Yeah, because they're, like, the bad experiments.
Yeah, but then in my head, that doesn't make me think don't eat meat. It just makes me think treat animals right. We can produce ethically...
I don't mind the part where it was like be wary of GMOs, because it's a different thing.
Yeah, obviously, but still,
then there was like they didn't really. That was part of it, but that didn't seem like the point.
No, there was. I don't think there was a point. I think
the film they're living
itself,
animals too.
I feel like the film itself, you should just cut all the politics, cut all that. It's just a film about a girl and a pig.
Yeah,
going on an adventure to take it back, to bring it back home, and they have a baby pig on the way back.
But I was sitting there because there's a scene near the end where it's like they've got the baby, they've got Okja in the thing, and they're like moments away from killing it, and then she buys it from Tilda Swinton, Nancy, and with the golden pig that her grandfather gave her at the start, it's like solid gold. Yeah, and she's like, oh yeah, good doing business with you, blah blah blah. Yeah. Gives her the
one pig. Yeah.
Gives her that one back, and that's fine. And I was like, this film would have been way better to me if they'd killed her.
Yeah.
Like, to me.
I was thinking, I was like, she's gonna kill her, and then the girl's gonna have to go back to her life and understand that that's how life works.
Yeah, and she's gonna have to learn about.
See, that's what I thought too.
things.
I was saying to
The harsh realities of life.
I was watching this with my partner. I'm saying they're just gonna kill the fucking pig, aren't they? Like that's it. Like what? Like nowhere in fucking hell would this film just go, oh yeah, no, let's bring the pig back. Everything's fucking dead. No, they don't kill the pig. And I'm thinking to myself, just kill the fucking pig. Oh my effing god! Like
That's
just
like the thing is, like I didn't feel like there was any need to like tie this movie up in a neat little bow so it was all nice again.
It would have been better to keep it kind of like Okja gets killed, manufactured, and then like Mija has to just come to terms with the fact that her friends like, and it's kind of like you've gone through all these things, you've traveled across the world, blah, blah, and at the end of the day, it's just meat, like, and that's the horrible reality, and that would have probably been a stronger message than I get to take my friend home. Okay, it's that easy. We're gonna, it's not easy. If you,
well, it could have been worse.
That's
she
true.
could have like opened the gate and let all of the pigs out.
If they had done that, I
and
would
then
have
she
just
could
been
have
like,
ridden Okja out in front of them all, and the light and the sun comes up, and then they ride off into the sunset at the same time somehow, because
the sun rise up into
the day goes
sunrise.
5 seconds roughly,
Yeah.
so that we can get the shot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm kind of glad it didn't go that way, but it kind of. I mean, to be fair,
it did a little
almost
because there's, and apparently these pigs are so highly intelligent, but they also created a new intelligent life, because it's like 2 pigs inside of the thing like pry open the electric fence and shove their baby out on their way out, and she takes the baby as well.
Yeah.
And they hide it in Okja's mouth.
No one notices that.
Nobody notices.
Because film. The final scene though, like when they're walking out and there's all these other like pigs in that huge area, and like they're crying out. I thought that was like it hurt, it touched me.
It was good imagery.
Yeah, it touched me.
It worked well in that way, and it was like brutal enough.
There was just so many isolating good parts that it just was overwhelmed by the
bad. Yeah,
I wouldn't say bad. It's just very
Yeah,
okay.
Like there's nothing wrong with the production value of this movie.
No, it's a very aesthetic.
It looks really good. It's well done. The acting is like good because it's all consistent at least. Like
all consistent.
It'd be like if Tilda Swinton played it straight and she was kind of normal, and then Jake Gyllenhaal came in and he was just as weird as he is. Then it'd be weird. Yeah. Then I'd consider Jake Gyllenhaal's performance to be massively
really bad,
terrible. Like he didn't know what he was in.
Yeah,
but I think they all got it.
Yeah.
What they were in, at least, or what they were going for.
The actual storyline is so like,
yeah, I don't know.
Like, I spent the first 20 minutes going, that's stupid. This is stupid. Wait, if this is a story about a girl, like, if this is a story, supposedly, because I had a few people on my Facebook page who were vegan watch it, and they were like, oh, I'm in tears after watching this. This is such a strong message.
Yeah, idiots.
So I watched it, and I'm like, she's eating fish, man. The first 20 minutes was her eating fish stew.
But Lindy, you see, that's not a real animal.
Of course.
Apparently.
Of course not.
Apparently fish don't count. They don't have lives.
They don't have feelings.
Neither do vegetables.
Fish are friends, not food.
Exactly.
Anyways,
they are food, apparently, according to disgraceful vegans and vegetarians. It's the only thing they eat.
They eat fish.
Exactly, that's what I mean. They eat fish.
No, they don't eat. I don't think
vegans might not. But I think vegetarians do.
Some vegans, I feel like there's 2 types of vegans who just are vegan for the sake of their own health as well as their footprint.
I think lots of them do it for their own moral virtue, to say, you know what I do? I'm better than you because I don't kill animals before I eat, and I go, you're going to die soon because of this. You will be weak.
Anyways, we should talk about Spider-Man.
We should.
The main course.
It's weird because I don't feel like there's a lot to say. Even, like, it was good. I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say I thought it was like the best thing of it.
No, but I think it was
good.
It was appropriate.
It's better than It's better than Andrew Garfield ones.
Oh, everything's better than
Spider-Man 3.
Yep. Right. We don't talk. That's the Black Horse.
But that's also not that hard to do.
Yeah.
Or it shouldn't be. It took them long enough.
I think like look, there were a lot of things that was very typical when we watch a Marvel film that I realized this.
Of course.
Which is one is
At least we didn't get the origin story again.
Yeah, it was just I'm already Spider-Man.
He's already Spider-Man. Thank you.
I actually really like the way Tom Holland portrayed Spider-Man. Like it wasn't like
because he's a teenager and not a 28-year-old person trying to pretend to be 15.
He's 22.
Is he?
Yeah, he's not that old.
He looks like
he's younger than you. He's younger than you.
Of course, he's younger than you.
So the way I like how, like, you know, Tobey Maguire and I don't know how Andrew Garfield. Honestly, I have not seen that film since it first came out. I watched it once and then I was like, I'm not going to touch this. I haven't even watched the second or the third. Is there a third film?
No,
I haven't watched the second film at all. Like, I haven't touched that.
You might have mistaken it because I think the second one feels like it goes for a length of 2 minutes.
It does go on forever. It's like Spider-Man 3.
It's lame.
Anyways,
it's worse than Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Well, either way, like, the way they portray is like, oh, I'm like this nerdy kid and, you know, I like photos, whereas Tom Holland is purely just, I'm Spider-Man. Like, and he's always like jumping around. He's very high energy.
The whole opening for this for several minutes is him just like he's got his own home video of Civil War, basically.
Yeah.
What
he's
he
like,
was
doing. It's my cue, blah, blah, blah. And he's very like likable. He's a very likable Spider-Man. He's not cool. He's very geeky. You can tell he's very nerdy, but he's that kind of, oh, you know, you're cute. Like, oh, you're really sweet. Like, and he seems like obviously I don't know how him in real life, but he's portrayed as this really, you know, geeky guy. But he's nice and he has the right mindset. I still think
Tobey Maguire did that because he's not like.
That's true, but I think Tom Holland.
Yeah, he's more
pumped
so,
it up more. Like,
so. He seems more accurate.
Yeah,
to the Peter Parker character.
No, definitely. Can I just say that, you know, that character MJ, that character who's revealed as MJ at the very end? I freaking loved her 110%. She was my favorite character from the whole film.
I thought she was good. Yeah.
I know, like, and I said,
I was wondering what his obsession with that other girl was.
Well, that's the thing. I was watching this with a whole bunch of people, and I leaned over to my partner and I said, "There's no way in hell they're going to work out." Because if you look, like, we were talking about just aesthetics in film, and when there's a guy and a girl, most of the time the guy will always be taller than the girl. Yeah. Like, you know, this will match this, and like
that
there's
girl
always
is 7'5". No, she's not.
Yeah, exactly. So when you see like a character where it's a tall female character and a short male character, you know that's not going to work out because, like, I know this sounds horrible because it's not like taller girls can't date shorter guys, but just looking at it in movies, you know, it don't look good.
It's got to be nice.
Yeah, because I can't remember
Tom Cruise has to have a height appropriate woman next to him.
Exactly.
They have to dig a ditch next to him, and she has to walk in it if she's taller than him.
How tall is Tom Cruise? Not very tall.
He would be probably about like average height, probably, but for like movies.
Yeah, because Tom Holland is like.
He's small, I think.
No, he's tall.
Is he?
Yeah, he's like 1.73 m. Oh, okay, that's not that tall.
That's
just
like
taller than me.
My height.
That's just taller than me. Yeah. Never mind. I was like, he's tall. He's really tall.
That's not tall.
He's just taller than me. No, but he was. MJ was like, because what was her name? Liz, the other girl. I feel like they were trying to misdirect us. Like, they're like, oh, no, she's MG.
They were.
But then I was like, I ain't falling for this fucking shit, Marvel. Like, no way.
The whole thing is like, you know, I thought that they were just throwing out all of those typical Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane things just to make just another character, maybe. Of course, that goes to shit at the end, but that was probably the most surprising thing about this movie is that it actually has a twist that I didn't see coming.
I saw it coming. Did you? No, it was so obvious. To me, it was just so obvious. I'm just like, no way in hell is she gonna get together with him. Like,
I thought there'd be a reason. I just didn't think it'd be that.
Oh, wait, the dad?
Yes.
No,
that's
spoilers.
What I was, yeah.
No, I did not see that coming either. But I had a feeling that the really silent Michelle was MJ. I
thought that was probably like.
Yeah, she's probably.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, yeah, probably.
She's probably gonna be MJ. But I really loved her. Just the whole time where she's just like, I don't care.
She's a smartass.
Yeah, she's hilarious. I'm so sick and
she's
tired.
She's obsessed with him.
I'm so sick and tired of previous MJs and like Gwen Stacy and Amazing Spider-Man being just really like, oh, I'm so popular and cute and blah blah.
There's not much to them.
No, there isn't. Whereas she's actually she's funny.
There's like the biggest problem with Mary Jane in the Sam Raimi movies is she's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, she does a scream.
She's like, oh no, another thing's happening again.
She cheats on Peter Parker. And then gets together with his friend Harry, and then gets back together with Peter Parker.
As soon as she finds out he's Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man. And then I'm like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, dude, your vagina ain't a kebab. You don't have to share it around, you know? Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, okay.
But like, my second, can I also say something else? Like I was talking about before, which was the end scene with Tony Stark and.
We should probably talk about the plot at some point.
Oh yeah, or like, you know what? There wasn't anyone who died, which is like a huge.
Wasn't there?
There
I
wasn't.
don't actually remember.
No one died if
No.
you think about it. But then I thought
Nobody ever does.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think it was appropriate for this
Yeah,
film.
it worked. It's fine.
Because he's 14, so like he's
It's not like Civil War where you're
No.
like somebody should die.
should probably
here.
die. It's a
Someone.
war. Whereas this
No?
is like
Okay.
this is like a kid who's like a neighborhood kid who's turned into a superhero. So I feel like you shouldn't have villains. You know, like in it shouldn't be like crazy. You know,
Well, it's
the
amazing
villains
how
should be
it's
people.
amazing how fresh this movie felt.
Oh yeah.
Seeing as that we've seen Spider-Man 5 times before now in a movie, and I
4
thought
times for me
it's-
because I didn't see the second Amazing
I've
Spider-Man.
seen them all. They all suck.
Yeah.
Oh, not they all suck. First 2 are
The
good.
last 3.
Yeah, the last 3 are terrible. So, yeah, the story is basically, he's come back and, he's Spider-Man now and he's helping out the neighborhood people
Yeah.
and, Tony Stark won't talk to him and so he's got to talk to Happy instead.
Yeah. Happy doesn't want to talk to him.
Happy doesn't want to talk to him, so he's just kind of annoyed that he can't be a part of the Avengers, so he's trying to live up to it. That's all that sort of, he's just trying to live up to stuff and he's got his fat friend,
Oh, the
Native
the
American friend,
chairman,
I think.
the chair guy.
Yeah, he wants to be the guy, as he puts it, the guy who sits in a chair at the
Yeah.
computer and like
Does all the
feeds all the information to him through his headset, like in spy movies.
Yeah.
And then you have the Vulture, which is Michael Keaton,
It's amazing, yeah.
who's good. He's good. He's suitably
Can
comic
I
book
say,
enough for this.
I find it funny because whenever, you know how Michael Keaton played Batman back in the
Yes.
day? All I can
And
think
he
about
plays Birdman.
Does he?
Yeah, Birdman, the movie.
All I can think about is that quote where it's like, you either like die here or you have to become a villain. That's all I can think
Yeah.
about. I'm like, oh, you're a villain now. Okay.
It's kind of what Birdman was about. Cat's
So
at the
your
door,
cat.
and
Aw,
he
hi,
can go
Aries.
away.
Oh no.
But yes,
He's gonna bug you.
yeah, it's fine. He's fine. He can stay there. He can stay there and bug me for a while.
He's gonna start. Oh, there we go. There we go.
So yeah, anyway, so the one thing I did like about the Vulture though is that he actually lived up to his name. He was actually like a vulture.
He was like he was a very good. He was a very appropriate villain. If you know, it wasn't like he had some superpower that Spider-Man couldn't match.
I like that he didn't want to level New York for some reason.
Yeah, he just wanted to do his own thing, and Spider-Man had the one task of taking him down in that one area.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh my god, I have to save New York. Oh my god, like
He was the guy.
because the kid's 14.
Yeah, he's 14 in
Spider-Man's
this
14.
movie, and he's not ready for anything bigger than that.
Yeah, because if there was anything super big, you'd probably start to wonder why the fuck aren't the Avengers here?
Yeah, but it's like they do that well. They balance all that out, and it's basically the good thing about the story. It's just this Vulture guy. He gathers alien technology to make weapons to sell them, and then he. That's basically his whole motivation. Like, he's just getting money for his family.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man's just trying to be good enough to be an Avenger, to be a hero.
And it just happens they clash.
And that's basically the plot. Like, it's just exactly what it should be. Peter Parker, like, trying to balance his real normal life with being Spider-Man.
I like it. I like how there's this even amount of just him being a kid. Because, like,
It's not actually a lot of Spider-Man.
There's
which is good.
A lot of it's just him being a kid trying to figure out, like, oh crap, where does me being Spider-Man end and me being just Peter Parker start? Kind of like, where's that balance? And the film at the end pretty much, there's this scene that I was like, oh my god, I feel so emotional. But it's like he doesn't have his suit anymore, so Tony Stark has taken away his suit after
He has his crappy one that he made himself.
So he has his crappy one he's made himself, and he's been crushed under this huge building that the Vulture's just like started off a bomb, and then it's collapsed on him, and he starts like he's trapped under all this
Isn't
debris.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's trapped under all this debris, and
that's his wingsuit knocks the warehouse on him.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. So the wings, and then he's crying, and he's like, "Oh, I can't get up, I can't breathe, I can't do. Someone help, someone help!" No, and you start to realize as the viewer, no one's going to come help.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Happy's off in his own land. Tony Stark doesn't have a tracker on him anymore.
Yeah.
So he just goes, "Okay, I can do this," and then he like slowly pushes.
Oh, but there's good visual metaphors in there as well.
Yeah, of course.
Because there's a puddle in front of him with his mask in it, and it's like half of the face is the mask, and the other half is just his
reflection.
That's
yeah,
good.
and it's a very strong scene, I think, and it's so simple because it's just him, with the mask and getting up, but I felt so I was like, oh, my heart breaks a little. But no, that's probably one of the strongest scenes.
Just say spoilers though, because and if you haven't seen it, go and see it before you listen to anything else, because the legitimately good twist in this film when Peter goes to pick up his date for homecoming, who's the woman who's the girl who's always had a crush on throughout the film and like saved once and all that sort of stuff. And then he goes to her front door to pick her up, and he opens up and the vulture answers, and you go, "Oh, fuck."
You don't realise, because the vulture...
You don't think it at all.
No, because the vulture the whole time just...
he seems completely separate to his... And it's the whole thing, it's like...
He seems like just like this businessman. He works all day, does all this stuff. And he talks about doing right by his family, but you think like...
But you never really connect the dots.
Yeah.
You never really think... I think it's also the fact that his daughter's black.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
And then you see his wife's black and you go, oh, that makes sense.
So it's kind of like, they were very misleading, but I really enjoyed that twist. That was
I reckon
really
the best scene in the film is when he's like inside and he's and he's talking to him like, oh, how you doing, Peter, and all this stuff. You want a drink? You look nervous. And he's like, no. Right answer, sort of stuff, like a dad conversation with the date.
Like, it's just like,
and he's just staring at him because he knows everything.
It's kind of like if you see someone all of a sudden and they're the vulture, because the whole film he's the vulture, and all of a sudden he's just like this dad character, and you're like,
it's actually jarring for you, the audience.
You're
as
watching
well.
it, and your brain's trying to like slowly turn and think, wait,
it's like, what's he gonna do now?
Because you think he's probably gonna like chuck a bomb or something, or just.
I thought it was going to be like,
a showdown,
the Norman Osborn from Spider-Man 1, he's going to have to kill his best friend's dad, like he's going to kill his girlfriend's dad or something. Yeah. But then it's Disney's Marvel movie now, so there's no killing in this.
There's no death in this type of film.
Pilots don't even fly planes in this universe that are going to crash.
Yeah, that's true. There's no pilots. There's just automated systems.
Just automatic Tony Stark systems, which are awesome.
Anyways, if I can just quickly run down to the very end of the film.
Yes.
Because pretty much that's the plot line there. The vulture.
Spider-Man defeats the vulture and saves some stuff.
From basically
saves Stark Industries.
Yeah.
And then
there was all this. So this is during the period of time where Stark's moving all his stuff from Stark Tower
to Washington.
Yeah, to that big institution that you see at the end of
yes,
the second Avengers film, I think.
It's the Avengers headquarters now.
Oh yeah.
And it's like oh my god, that animal. So
you might have to let him in.
I might have to let him in, and so we can have a moan. What?
Hello. Oh, hi.
So yes, they're moving this stuff to the Avengers headquarters, and
you're a bit damp.
Yeah, it's way outside, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he saves all, because the plane's flying. The vultures hijack the plane.
And it's full of alien tech that Stark's picked up. Yeah.
And so then pretty much he's intended to steal it, and then Spider-Man just stops him pretty much.
Very
simple plot,
A big confrontation on the plane as it's falling out of the sky, and Spider-Man steers it onto Coney Island Beach.
Sorry, your cat just jumped up on me.
Yes, he did.
Almost scared me. Yeah. He gets called in by Stark and Happy to go to the Avengers headquarters. And what happens, Linda? Your cat's so cute. So he... so Tony Stark pretty much offers him the position as an Avenger.
Yeah.
And he goes, here's your new suit, gives him a new suit.
On the other side of that door, there's reporters everywhere.
I'm about to announce something. Yeah. And then comes my favourite scene. To all the people out there who, hate me because I'm going to say this, screw you. I have my own OTPs. Gwyneth Paltrow walks through the door because obviously Tom Holland / Peter Parker turns him down and goes, I'm just going to be a kid for now. I'm just going to be a bit of a teenager.
I'm just going to be Peter Parker. I'm going to go back to New York.
Yeah. He has his the original suit that Tony Stark gave him, but he didn't take the
more awesome one.
The more awesome one, yeah. So then Gwyneth Paltrow walks out, and I'm like, oh my God, finally. Because I thought that she was out of the films for good. And, like, I was saying to Ren... Well, shut up. I really like her, I'm sorry, but, like, I don't think much of her as a singular character, but I think her chemistry between her...
I just don't think much of her as a person in real life. She's a pain in the ass.
Well, I'm just talking about the character. I'm not talking about anyone else. I don't really...
Pepper Potts, the character.
Just Pepper Potts. I don't really follow Gwyneth Paltrow outside of this film.
Don't bother.
Yeah. I know she's in Glee. She can sing. She's saying Cruising.
Okay, fine. That's
in
good.
that film.
Very nice. Keep going.
Anyways, so like she comes out, and then I was like, oh, I was really happy. And then obviously her and Tony Stark are back together, and I was like,
and then it's like, oh, what are we going to tell the reporters? And he goes, oh, happy you still got that
the
ring, and blah blah. Obviously, they're engaged at the end.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie.
It made me very happy because I'm like, I'm all about that Pepper Potts life with Tony Stark. I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry. I really enjoy, like, the only thing I enjoyed about the second Iron Man film is like, the banter between them. Everything else, like, honest.
One thing I did love in this movie was they did make fun of Spider-Man several times.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, problems with being... And I like that probably the most in terms of just humour. So you had, like, the scene where he's sort of working out.
Aries.
He's working out, like, swinging and everything, and he's swinging between like one building to another, and he misjudges the length of the thing, and he just face plants into the next building.
Yeah, I know.
Just skids across it. That was great. And then the other one was he's like in the middle of suburbia at his
and then
future girlfriend's party, and then he goes forward, and then suddenly there's a golf course, and he's just. Crap. And then he just starts running. He's like, oh, this sucks. He's just running through it.
Yeah, and then the funniest thing was when they're in Washington, or
the Washington Monument.
And then he gets stuck in that lockdown in that area. I can't remember.
Oh yeah. It's like a big secret vault.
Yeah, secret vault. He gets locked in there, and you see him doing all this stuff, like play with his suit. Yeah. He's doing all these calculations, and then he's like, "How long have I been here?" 20 minutes. And then he's like, what? So only 20 minutes? Oh my God. Like, he's just freaking out. And
his suit's kind of like an Iron Man suit for a while.
Yeah.
And I did like the jokes of like him trying to work out what everything did.
Yeah.
Like even to the point like where he's trying to apprehend the vulture, and it's like, okay, set it to combat mode or something. You just go to rapid fire and he can't swing anywhere.
Yeah.
Then it goes into like taser mode and it lights up the gas station.
What about the instant kill and his eyes go red? He's like, oh, turn off instant kill. Turn off instant kill. There's no need to kill.
Why do you want to kill everybody?
Yeah. And he's like turning on stealth mode or something. Yeah. And then there was so many. What's the interrogation one? It like changes his voice and he's like, I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah, so he tries to what's his name?
Interrogate
Donald Glover.
Yeah. The guy, one of the guys you see at the beginning of the film,
and he's just like, you're not very good at this.
And he's
goes,
like, oh, come on, man.
You had a really girly voice before, I'm not buying this.
Yeah, I know.
So it was good.
It's pretty funny.
No, that's going to dissolve in 2 hours, because he's got his hand webbed to the thing. It's going to dissolve in 2 hours. He goes, what? Oh, come on, man. I helped you. He goes, no, it's going to dissolve in 2 hours.
You're a bad guy. You're a
bad
criminal.
guy. He's still trying to buy weapons.
You deserve this. And he walks away and he's like, come on, man.
I think Donald Glover was in it because for a while he was rumoured to be Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So there was a big push for a black Spider-Man for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
But is there a black Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe?
There one exists, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe one exists.
Okay.
So yeah, apparently Marvel has made statements recently saying that making their comments more politically correct has made their sales go down.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like they're making a female Thor screwed them up a bit, apparently. They don't sell anywhere near as many Thor now. It's like,
I don't know why they would make a female Thor.
I don't know why you have to... What's the point in changing them now? Make something new.
I think women requesting for someone to be made into a female just takes a step back for feminism, because it's like saying...
Why don't you just read Wonder Woman? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. But no, I think it's pointless because then you're like saying, well, I can't feel equal unless a man makes, like, you make a man a woman. Like, I'm like, we can feel plenty equal. We've got plenty of bad. Look, there's no such thing as
Make your own comic.
There's no such thing as a Wonder Man. That's really tragic. So don't.
There's a Supergirl.
There's a Supergirl, yeah. I mean, female superheroes are female superheroes for their distinctive qualities. Because I remember I was reading an interview from J.K. Rowling. And she was saying, if I had changed Harry Potter into a female and Hermione into a man or whatever, if I just changed one of the characters into it, the dynamic would be completely different.
It would. Yes.
Yeah, it's not the same. Just changing like a dick to a vagina, it's not gonna.
It's not the same character.
It's not gonna be the same. It's never gonna be the same. And Thor is male for a very particular reason, and Wonder Woman's female for a very particular reason. Yeah. So there's no point in requesting for one to be the other because it just doesn't work. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
People don't understand how I feel.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Which is crap.
Yeah, I think if you want another badass female superhero, go make one of your own. I'm pretty sure there's a million artists out there who's willing to draw up someone.
There's already a bunch of them.
Yeah, well, if you want another one,
why don't these people read comics if they're so interested? But they're not really.
No, they just want
something to complain.
Yeah, I know.
I did see, speaking of that whole thing, for some reason, have you seen the trailer for Black Panther?
No. Is it good?
I don't know, because the director's good, but I don't know about the film. What I've known about these big franchise movies is the director being a good director doesn't always matter.
No, exactly.
It's the guy who did, I can't remember the guy's name, but he did Fruitvale Station and Creed.
Okay.
And Creed was really good. Yeah. I haven't seen Fruitvale Station. No.
I haven't even heard of that one.
They've both got Michael B. Jordan in them, who plays Creed in Creed. Creed was good. I enjoyed Creed. What's that?
I don't remember Creed.
That's basically the Rocky sequel, but it's about Apollo Creed's son, Adonis.
Okay. I'm trying to... I think
it was good. Like, they're both really good, but... Black Panther, I just don't know. I mean, I suppose...
I wasn't expecting Black Panther came out of the blue, just like in Civil War. Yeah, he was like, oh, I'm Black Panther. And I'm like, okay.
But my whole thing was like, oh, God, another character?
Yeah, I was like,
who cares?
Is he going to die?
I wasn't even that enthused about seeing Spider-Man in Civil War, to be honest, because I was going, it's just too many people. And I was like, why is Ant-Man here? And it's like, because there's no reason why.
Because
we want to put them all on screen at the same time, guys.
Anyway,
that's that.
Marvel. When Infinity War is fun, Infinity War is not going to be over until 2019, so it's another 2 years. And there's a lot of other films in between that period, so I'm like, great.
Put it on the bright side as Guardians of the Galaxy 3 at some stage. It's the only positive.
I don't know how I feel about Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I'd rather watch that than another Thor movie. Actually, Thor 3 looks pretty good. Thor 3 looks pretty good. Ragnarok. Anyway, that's all that stuff. Done.
Oh, the cat's butt is right in front of the microphone.
Yes.
So next fortnight, I'm going to take... It's Ren's birthday.
Yeah, this weekend.
So we're going to actually take him to see Dunkirk when it comes out.
It's going to be good.
I actually was watching the trailer and I was getting so many goosebumps. Like, it looked so good. I was like, oh my God. Yes. And then Atomic Blonde is coming
next month at some point.
Yeah, and there's Baby Driver.
Baby Driver's coming up. Yeah.
Minions film.
I really want to see it. Oh God, you said Minions?
The Minions film.
I thought isn't it just Despicable Me 3?
Oh yeah, no, it is Despicable Me 3. I'm gonna go watch.
Minions movie has already been.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna watch Despicable Me 3.
That's a whole other cancer of its own.
Say that now, but I really enjoy them. I'm like, but you know, I'm. Hey. You know what? Yeah. I like kids' films.
I know, but that's a... You know, I don't like films that are supposed to be for children who are intellectually subnormal. You know, they've got a problem.
To be fair, watching SpongeBob does lower your IQ, apparently.
Yeah, but that's worth it. That's worth it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Anyways, no, I'm really excited to see Dunkirk. Baby Driver, is that out yet?
It's out soon.
So we can probably squeeze Baby Driver in if we get the chance.
I just want to see it. I don't even care if we review it. I just want to see it. It looks good.
What else? There was something else that I really wanted to see.
There's a lot of stuff coming.
There is a lot of stuff. It's
Sort of. I don't even know.
Let's have a look. We do this every time.
Yeah. Basically, it's Dunkirk and Baby Driver in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Most likely.
I'm really excited for Dunkirk. Honestly, it looks so good.
It does. Looks pretty cool.
I really want to see it.
It looks very large in scale, and Christopher Nolan's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Usually knows what he's doing, even if Interstellar didn't make any sense. It still was well made.
The end of Interstellar just took a shit on itself, though.
I was going, okay, I'll go with you this time,
Murph.
Chris.
Murph. Murph. Bye, Murph.
What's he been in since? Anything?
Murph.
That,
I don't know.
what's that movie Gold, which nobody saw?
Well, I don't know it, so obviously no one saw it, yeah.
If you didn't see it, nobody saw it, right?
There's cars in 3D.
Oh, don't give me that.
It comes at night. I don't want to watch that. The House? I don't really know how I feel about The House.
I don't know what The House is, so...
Oh, it's about, it's when, parents who make their house into a casino.
Oh, Amy Poehler and Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks crap.
I was going to say, I really don't want to watch that.
That's already out anyway.
Yeah. A few people said it was good, but then I was like, my type of good and your type of good are completely different things.
My good's better than yours.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Anyway,
So crass.
we'll end it there.
There's Baywatch.
No. Don't you dare.
Oh, come on, we watch Transformers. I don't want to watch Baywatch, though.
It's probably better than Transformers, actually.
Probably.
It was bad. Anyway, we'll end it there. Probably coming up with Dunkirk soon.
Dunkirk will have a lot to talk about, I think.
Baby Driver. And, yeah, that's it.
That's all right. We'll see.
That's all
Oh, actually, we
right.
should tell you we might be starting an in-between stream.
Okay. That's something that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, that might be happening. So keep your eye out for
Yep.
that.
So I have to go and strangle a cat. And, yeah.
Yeah.
There he is. Okay.
Okay, bye.